coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
His second year in the league certainly didn't go the way that he thought it would. In fact, a lot of whispers around the team and around the league that maybe he was not going to be the guy. Ended up getting benched, took his time, watched the game, and then came back better than ever. Second year in the same offense with the same head coach should lead to an even bigger jump in year 3.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here is Young. Incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Down and 8 yards to go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Young will set to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Solomon Thomas busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Young to throw it. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw, Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. That's complete to Chuba Hubbard. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Young takes it on the sneak. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Panthers first down. First and 10.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Brings up second.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hubbard fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. And now here come the Cowboys. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a Carolina native, former Tar Heel, it's Javonte Williams. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Prescott down. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here we go now on first and goal. Now Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Young now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second and a couple.
Now here's Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Bryce Young
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Panthers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run.
Ryan
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They start the second half here with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he got blown up on that play, back at the 20. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Cowboys.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. On play action, they'll throw. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Prescott.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
To throw is Prescott.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Cowboys.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
Complete to George Pickens. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
On the toss, here's Williams. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson
From 19 yards away.
And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Panthers 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now Young and the Panthers down 14-7, a minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Young to throw. Got a man. That's Ligon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Prescott to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st down.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.